What's up, writers? Today we are going to be continuing our writing sessions, our learning sessions, our growing sessions as we continue to write Drayton's Anointing. Now, last episode, last writing session, we had a bit of a fight scene, essentially. So, Master Wiggins came in, saved LaShawn and Drayton from this beast, this big, big cat, essentially ginormous feline that decided to prey upon them. And in the midst of everyone being shocked about Drayton's powers, like um, his arm being healed after being broken, and Wiggins helping him up, LaShawn was actually carried away by that monster because he was frozen in fear. So, in today's chapter, instead of following the flow chart of how this is supposed to go, or how it's not supposed to, because it's writing. I like the We're the writers here. We control the story. It goes how we say it's supposed to go. But I think today it would be better suited to take a slight reprieve from the action packedness. Maybe not all the way, but I think it would be a good time to increase our characters' backstory because we want the readers to be attached to the characters. And if they don't have a story that's relatable, they don't have characteristics that are relatable, the reader isn't going to be attached to them. So today, what we're going to do is we are going to insert a flashback. And I will just say 10 years in the past. So we're going to use a flashback in order to create the backstory of our two main characters. I want to really drive home the point that LaShawn and Drayton are best friends and that they have been this way for a long time. So I want to tell a story that deepens their connection and just gives the reader a bit more context as to who they are and gives them reasons why they should care. So we're going to do this to really build up LaShawn's character in Drayton's mind. And that's how we're going to get the audience to see LaShawn as a character that they should care about, is by telling a story from Drayton's perspective, or at least one of Drayton's memories of them as a kid when LaShawn did some, like, generally perceived as a positive moral act. And that is how we are going to get the audience to care about LaShawn. We're going to have him show probably a hero complex a bit, or at least like he stands up for people and doesn't like let he just doesn't let them get bullied. So we're probably going to go that route. Um, and I also said that earlier in the book we're going to go deeper on some things that I talked about briefly. So in the book, I mentioned that they used to have to steal. So we're gonna have these two be very poor. Um, let's see. How should we start this? 10 years in the past. Um, I don't know how to start it, so I'm just gonna start and then we can correct it as we go. This will be another lesson as to just start. Yeah, my idea is the village was drastically different. Or was it? Or was it? Were the people different? No. Just slightly less incentivized. The village was drastically different back then. Or was it? Were people different? Were the people different? No. Just slightly less incentivized. Less inclined to help their neighbor. Less inclined to show grace, less inclined to look in a starving, yeah, in a starving child's face and offer uh, any form of reprieve. Okay. The village was drastically different back then. Or was it? Were the people different? No. Just slightly less incentivized. Less inclined to help their neighbor. Less inclined to show grace. Less inclined to work. Less inclined to look in a starving child's face and offer any form of reprieve. Then we'll go Command I. I'm so hungry. A rat. Scurried across. A rat scurried in front of Drayton's feet. Sleeping in the alley by the meat market. Had become his routine. Anything to get a scrap of food. I'm so hungry. A rat scurried in front of Drayton's feet. Sleeping in the alley by the meat market had become his routine. Anything to get a scrap of food. And then grrr. His stomach growled. as he gazed up the sky. Let's see. The village was drastically different back then. Or was it? Were the people different? No. Just slightly less incentivized. Less inclined to help their neighbor. Less inclined to show grace. Less inclined to look in a starving child's face and offer any form of reprieve. I'm so hungry. A rat scurried in front of Drayton's feet. Sleeping in the alley behind the meat market had become his routine. Anything to get a scrap of food. Grr, his stomach growled as he gazed at the sky. Let's see, gazed up at the sky. Get back here, you little criminal. Small boy, about Drayton's age, ran across his view. Uh, and then let's say two. What creature do we want to say? I want it to be kind of relatable. I'll just use mutton. Two mutton legs in tow. Well, maybe not. Uh, two mutton legs in his grasp. One in each hand. Get back here, you little criminal. A small boy about Drayton's age ran across his view. Two mutton. Uh, two mutton legs in his grasp, one in each hand. Stop that little thief. The shop owner bellowed. Let's see. Get back here, you little criminal. A small boy about Drayton's age ran across his view. Two mutton legs in his two mutton legs in his grasp, one in each hand. Stop that little thief, the shop owner bellowed. But fortunately for the boy, the market place was a labyrinth. Yeah, I'll have to double check all the spelling later. The marketplace was a labyrinth at marketplace was a labyrinth in the evening, with everyone conducting their post-labor shopping. His small, let's say petite silhouette would be hard. Would be uh, difficult to catch. And Drayton got up and peeked around the corner. Hmm. Let's see. Stop that little thief, the shop owner bellowed. But fortunately for the boy, the marketplace was a labyrinth in the evening. With everyone conducting their post labor shopping, his petite silhouette would be difficult to catch. Drayton got up and peeked around the corner. Arriving just in time to see the boy. Let's see. I want to put in like kind of a comic relief a little bit almost. Drayton got up. Even that sentence, that transition could probably be better. Stop that little thief, the shop owner bellowed. But fortunately for the boy, the marketplace was a labyrinth in the evening. With everyone conducting their post labor shopping, his petite silhouette would be difficult to catch. Drayton got up and peeked around the corner, arriving just in time to see the boy slide between slide between slide between two yeah, let's say slide between two um let's just say wheat farmers. Keep it simple. Wheat farmers. Slide between two wheat farmers inevitable. Inevitably to cross paths. Um Instead of saying wheat farmers, yeah, actually we'll stick with it. Two wheat farmers inevitably to cross paths. With a smirk on his face. Let's see. With a smirk on his face. Dinner in his grip. The boy turned the corner. While the shop owner dealt with the let's see, smirk on his face and dinner in his grip. The boy turned the corner while the shop owner uh dealt with the carts congesting the walkway. Um, the carts congesting the streets. Yeah, perfect. And then we got lucky this time. This time, kid. Don't let me see your face again. And then we'll do another grrr. Gotta admit, I'm kinda jealous. Last time I tried, say, I might even have that one be out loud for real. Last time I tried that, I got black eye, the bruised. Where the food was supposed to go. Last time I tried that, I got a black eye and a bruise where the food was supposed to go. Let's see. Who is that kid? Drayden didn't have any friends. Just himself. His parents had died during the during a wave of sickness last year, he had been on his own ever since. The whole village was plagued, leaving no sympathy for a boy they couldn't afford to take care of. Afford. Uh, Drayden didn't have any friends, just himself. His parents had died during a wave of sickness last year, I'll say, and he had been on his own ever since. The whole village was plagued, leaving no sympathy. The whole village was plagued, leaving no sympathy for a boy they couldn't afford to feed. Let alone, yeah, they couldn't afford to feed. Let alone take care of. Let's see. And then I'll just like, do you want some? Drayton turned around in shock. There he was. The boy with the swift feet. Me? No, I can't. Grr. And then we'll have a bigger grr. And we'll say, haha, just take one. I got it for you. Sean's smile was so sincere. just enough to give Drayton hope again. I won't say again because I've used that a lot of times in the chapter. Hope once more. I guess that's too big. Go tab. Sean's smile was so sincere, just enough to give Drayton hope once more. Finally, he had been seen. Finally, he had been seen as something more than to be forgotten. Why? Uh, why'd you do this? We'll say, yeah. Why'd you do this? How did you know? I know, because you were like me. You have to stick together. And then I'll say present day. We have to find LaShawn. Whatever it takes. All right. That is chapter 11, where we have now deepened the backstory a bit for Drayton and LaShawn and painted the picture of their bond. They're both struggling. They're both kids. They were hungry. They had to steal for food. And LaShawn helped him out when no one else would. So that is Drayton's incentive to go and rescue LaShawn, which is what we're gonna write next episode when we come back. So tune in for Thursday's episode, and we will continue to write this book and continue to write this series. I hope you guys are liking your own writing alongside me, or just enjoying the process and taking a few lessons along the way. But I do hope this helps, and I hope that you all have a great day. See you next time, writers.